Who gets in the most trouble in the military? Do officers end up getting in the most trouble, or do enlisted? The reason why I ask that is because I was enlisted in the Marine Corps a long, long time ago. And obviously, being enlisted, the only thing we really hear about is, the enlisted people getting in trouble, and everything is under the table with the officers if you're enlisted, right? So are these officers getting in just as much trouble as these young Marines and sailors are?
Yeah, the junior officers can party too. I mean, anyone thinks that, especially the junior officers, right? And you see things at different levels. Probably my favorite clients to defend are the young Marines. I mean, I wasn't a Marine, I was in the Army. But if you signed up and you said, I'm going to stand on the yellow footprints and I'm going to be a Marine, you knew what you were getting into. And I appreciate that 100%. You know that you're going to be in the toughest service. You know you're going to have to do the most with the least. You know that you're going to have it more difficult than everyone else. You know that while everyone else got promoted to, sergeant, you may be a lance corporal, but as a lance corporal, you're probably doing more or have more responsibility than a sergeant. And so just the mentality of Marines, I just love. I mean, these are the clients where I can call them up and say, I'm landing at 2 a.m. They'll be there. And if they say they're there, they're going to be there. And so I absolutely love representing the Marines. Now, talk about, do they get in the most trouble? Yeah, probably. The young junior guys, but they're out. But a lot of them, you have a lot of, not always, you have a lot of alpha males, young kids drinking alcohol, tearing things up, having a good time, right? Same thing that a lot of other kids do, but the difference is they're Marines, right? So they're held to a higher standard. And so probably the most, quote, misconduct is probably the young Marines. But at the same time, if you have good leadership, there's ways to handle that with, a 6105 counseling, EMI, we're not going to destroy their career. But we talk about officers. The notion that officers don't have misconduct is just absurd. I mean, Navy junior officers, you don't think JOs party? You don't think the young lieutenants go out there and party? They may not be doing the same partying at the same place as the enlisted do, or maybe they are, but they absolutely do. And then at the leadership level, yeah, I represent 06s, I represent 05s. I haven't represented the general officer yet, and some of that's by choice. But they get in trouble too. But what we're seeing is a different type of trouble they're getting into. And so a lot of it's age driven. So across the board, service members get in trouble like no one, like everyone else does. But what you're seeing with the junior Marines, junior soldiers, maybe junior sailors, is more ARIs, alcohol-related incidents, getting into fights, just doing stupid stuff.